Hello friends, so welcome back to my YouTube channel, that is Mechanical Engineering Make Easy. In that, this is 21st lecture of SOM, and in previous lecture I have started with strain energy, and in this lecture we are going to start with torsion. Okay, so if you are liking my videos, then please like, share and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram also, link is provided in description box. And so let's start with torsion. So what exactly torsion is? Torsion is nothing but the twisting moment is developed, and because of that the torsion is developed into the shaft. Okay, so for that there is one formula which is nothing but torsional formula. So we will firstly study the formula, that is nothing but torsional formula. So what exactly torsional formula? That is nothing but T by J equal to tau by R equal to G theta by L. So T is nothing but torque applied on the shaft, J is nothing but polar moment of inertia, then tau is nothing but shear stress, then R is nothing but radius of shaft. For example, this is one shaft, so that shaft will have some radius. Okay, directly exterior radius, which is nothing but capital R. Okay, that radius is here. Then after that, G is nothing but modulus of rigidity, that we all know. Theta is angle of twist. As we are going to apply torque to the shaft, then ultimately that because of the application of torque, the that shaft will twist by some angle, and that angle is nothing but theta, and that value should be in radians. Okay, and at the denominator there is the one term that is nothing but L, that is length of shaft. So what exactly torsional formula, that is T by J equal to tau by R equal to G theta by L. So this formula is too much important for torsion study, so let's note down this formula, and we will subsequently look out some another concepts of torsion also. So in that we have studied one term, that is nothing but polar moment of inertia. So for solid shaft, the polar moment of inertia value is pi by 32 d raised to 4. This d is nothing but outer diameter of shaft. Okay, as this is solid shaft, there will be only one diameter, that is nothing but outer diameter. If there is hollow shaft, then in that case the formula changes to pi by 32 capital D raised to 4 minus small d raised to 4. So capital D is nothing but outer diameter, and small d is nothing but inner diameter. Okay, so ultimately outer diameter raised to 4 minus inner diameter raised to 4, it is the formula for J, that is polar moment of inertia. Okay, so let's write down these all the formulas, and then I will move towards next topic. Okay, so next topic is nothing but polar sectional modulus. Okay, polar sectional modulus, which is denoted by ZP. Okay, the sectional modulus in case of bending stress we have studied that flexural formula, and now there is polar sectional modulus. So again the polar sectional modulus is nothing but J by R. Okay, this is nothing but we know this is polar moment of inertia, and this is nothing but R, that is nothing but radius of shaft. In case of bending stress we have studied Z, that was I by R, that is nothing but moment of inertia upon radius. Again here polar moment of inertia upon radius. So you can comparatively understand both the concepts. So write down this formula also and this formula also. This formula we have studied previously, this formula newly we have studied now, that is polar sectional modulus, which is equal to J upon R, and which will have unit maybe mm raised to cube or meter raised to cube, depending on the conditions of unit we have taken for calculation of J and R. Okay, and that ZP we can we have 1 to 2 standard formulas for that. Okay, in case of solid shaft, that ZP will equal to pi by 16 d cube. Okay, simply I have manipulated that formula and got this formula. Then again ZP for hollow shaft, this was for solid shaft and this was for hollow shaft. So for hollow shaft that formula becomes pi by 16 capital D into capital D cube minus small d cube. Okay, so again capital D is nothing but diameter of outer diameter, and small d is nothing but inner diameter in case of hollow shaft. So this formula is for hollow shaft, this formula is for solid shaft. Okay, so note down these two formulas, and then we will move towards next concept, and that is nothing but strength. So what exactly is strength of shaft? Strength is nothing but ability to resist action of twisting moment. Okay, and that we can calculate. That strength we can calculate, which is equal to ability to resist the action of twisting moment, which is equal to tau into Zp. Okay, that strength is nothing but tau into Zp. Ability to resist the twisting moment. Then next term is torsional stiffness. Torsional stiffness. What exactly torsional stiffness? Torsional stiffness is nothing but torque required to produce unit angle of twist. Okay, we have studied one theta, that is nothing but angle of twist. If this angle of twist is 1 radian, for generating this 1 radian of angle of twist, how much torque we have to supply for the shaft, and that is nothing but torsional stiffness, and which is equal to Gj by L. These all the formulas we are getting from the same formula, that is nothing but torsional formula. So you can manipulate that formula to these getting this formula. Torsional stiffness. This is nothing but torsional stiffness. And what is the torsional stiffness? The torque required to supply to generate one unit angle of twist. Okay. So this is nothing but torsional stiffness. Just note down it, and we will move towards next topic. So what is the next topic? Next topic is nothing but torsional flexibility. Okay. Torsional flexibility. Torsional flexibility is nothing but angle of twist to produce by unit torque applied. Okay. Simply reverse of that. Simply reverse of that torsional stiffness. In case of torsional stiffness, we was producing angle of twist at unit. Okay, means 1 radian of angle of twist. For producing 1 radian of angle of twist, how much torque is required? That is nothing but torsional stiffness. And in case of torsional flexibility, for okay, supplied, we have supplied 1 unit of torque. Then for that, how much angle will produce? Okay, how much angle will produce? That is nothing but torsional flexibility, and that we can calculate, which is equal to L upon Gj. Okay, which is equal to L upon Gj, and which is also equal to 1 upon torsional stiffness. Okay, so simply it is directly inverse, or we can say reverse of torsional stiffness, which is nothing but torsional flexibility. So the formula is L upon Gj, and which is also equal to 1 upon torsional stiffness. Okay, so note down this also. And next is torsional rigidity. As in case of bending stress, we have studied that flexural rigidity, and in this case we are going to study torsional rigidity. So torsional rigidity, which is denoted by K, and which is equal to G into J. Okay, this is nothing but modulus of rigidity, and J is nothing but polar moment of inertia, and K is nothing but our torsional rigidity. Okay, so note down this formula. This formula is also too much important while calculation or numerical solving. You may ask that calculate torsional rigidity, or they will give the torsional rigidity, and they will ask to calculate any other parameter like J or G. Okay, so for that this formula is also too much important. Then we will move towards next, and next is nothing but power transmitted by shaft. If there is any shaft, okay, and we are supplying here, for example, here is one pulley and here is one pulley. We are supplying power from to this pulley. So ultimately, we will supply some torque to this pulley, and that torque will be transmitted here, and this is the output pulley. So here there will be some torque, and ultimately from torque we will get some power. Okay, ultimately that torque is nothing but power. So how we can calculate from that torque the power? That power is equal to 2 pi nt upon 60. Okay, this is formula for power. This is nothing but rpm, and this is nothing but torque. Okay, this, if this is in Newton meter and this is in rpm, then ultimately we will get this is in watt. And if we are going to convert this into kilowatt, then simply divide by 1000. Okay, so this is nothing but formula to calculate power. This formula is too much common. Maybe you are familiar with this formula. So, but just note down this formula. And next, as this is, I am going to cover whole torsion in one lecture. So you may say that too much formula and all. but it's okay because I want to cover all torsional formulas in one lecture. So sorry for that. So next is composite shaft. Okay, composite shaft means up till now we have studied for one single shaft, like one single shaft is there where applying torque and then that shaft will twist and etc. But if there is the case that two shafts are connected in series or two shafts are connected in parallel. Okay, so in that case, what will happen? So that we are going to study in composite shaft. If shafts are in series, then what happens? The twisting angle, which is nothing but theta, that will be added. That is theta 1 plus theta 2. Okay. Yes. So that will be added, and that theta 1 and theta 2 value we can calculate from that again torsional formula, and which is nothing but T1 L1 upon G1 J1 plus T2 L2 upon G2 J2. Okay. We can calculate theta 1 as T1 L1 upon G1 J1, and we can calculate theta 2 as T2 L2 upon G2 J2. Okay, so from this we can calculate theta, and this will be simply addition of 2. Okay, and torque will be T1 equal to T2 because we are supplying only one form of torque, and that will be supplied to this shaft 1 also and this shaft 2 also. Okay, so just note down theta equal to theta 1 plus theta 2, T1 equal to T2, and this formula. Okay, then we will move towards next, and that is nothing but shafts in parallel. Just I wanted to remove this so that I can write the formula for parallel. So if there is case that we are combinedly supplying torque to two shafts, and that two shafts are in parallel, so in that case what will happen? Ultimately theta 1 equal to theta 2. Okay, as torque is supplied parallelly, so theta 1 equal to theta 2, and torque will be addition, that is T1 plus T2. Okay, here directly reverse will take place, theta 1 equal to theta 2 and torque will equal to T1 plus T2. So in that case, again we can calculate T1 and T2 as G1 J1 theta 1 upon L1 plus G2 J2 theta 2 upon L2. Here as theta 1 is equal to theta 2, you can take this theta 1 and theta 2 common, but that's not my job. You can take that. Okay, I'm only going to clear your concepts. So this is formula for parallel shafts. Okay, then we will move towards next, and that is nothing but members subjected to combined bending and torsion. Till now we have studied torsion in this lecture, and in previous lectures, not directly previous, some 2 to 3 lectures before, we have studied the bending stresses, and that bending formula we have all formulas we have calculated. In that case, we assume that the shaft or that body member is only subjected to bending, and in this case, in torsional subject, we have assumed that the body is only subjected to torsion. But now what we are going to study, that combine bending plus torsion. So in this case what will happen? So ultimately the stresses and all parameters will change, so that formula will look now. Yes, so in that the bending stress will be sigma b, which is equal to moment upon z, that is sectional modulus. You know, I have studied, okay, we studied that. So we can calculate that 32 m upon pi d cube. Okay, this is formula for bending stress that we can calculate from moment, or either we have bending stress, we have to calculate moment. Okay, both things can possible here. Then next is nothing but shear stress. Okay, shear stress is denoted by tau, and which is equal to again T upon Zp. Okay, and which will be equal to 16 T upon pi d cube. This is again diameter, and this Zp will change. I have taken here for solid shaft. Okay, if there is a hollow shaft, then in that case the Zp value will change. Ultimately, formula will change, so that you can take as a homework, and you will comment me what exactly the formula will be there. Okay, for shear stress calculation. So just do that and comment me, or otherwise you can give me answer on Instagram also. Then Yes, so till now we have studied the bending stress and shear stress, but there will be combined effect of these two stresses. So how we can calculate the principal stresses there combinedly because of bending and torsion. So principal stresses, you know, the sigma 1 and sigma 2, and also that the formula for sigma 1, which is equal to 16 upon pi d cube into m plus under root m square plus t square. Okay, this is formula for sigma 1, and in case of sigma 2, only this plus will be replaced by minus. So sigma 2 will equal to 16 upon pi d cube, then m minus under root of m square plus t square. Okay, this is formula for sigma 2, this is formula for sigma 1. This is maximum principal stress, minimum principal stress, that you know all the parameters. And then tau max, maximum shear stress, which is equal to sigma 1 minus sigma 2 upon 2, which is equal to 16 upon pi d cube into under root of m square plus t square. That this formula again I have manipulated from putting value of sigma 1 and sigma 2, that you can also cross check at your end. And next is equivalent torque, which is equal to Te, which is equal to under root of m square plus t square. Means here what we have done, we have firstly calculated what exactly the bending moment or bending stress will be there. Then after that we have calculated the torsional, what we can say, from shear stress we will calculate the torque supplied, and after that we will come up with principal stresses sigma 1 and sigma 2. From that sigma 1 and sigma 2 we will get value of tau max, and tau equivalent is simply under root of m square plus t square. Okay, and after that m equivalent, that is bending moment, equivalent bending moment, which is equal to half into m plus under root m square plus t square. Okay, so this is nothing but equivalent bending moment. So just note down these all the formulas. All the formulas are too much important for our study and calculations purpose. And okay, so this is what I have designed for today's lecture. This is equivalent torque, this is equivalent bending moment. If you are facing any confusion, then you can ask me in comment box. Otherwise, you can connect me on Instagram also. And I have provided link for Telegram channel also. So just join that so that you will get notified at all the times what I am going to upload for you and all. Okay, and then at the last, you know, I have bonus points for you, and today's bonus point is very much interesting and important, because as we have studied today the torsion, so in that in all the cases I have simply taken into consideration shaft only. Okay, so why I have taken shaft only? Because torsion phenomena is going to occur on shaft only, because shaft is going to have the that torque and all. Okay, so for that shaft will be there, and that shaft will be only circular in section. Okay, for design always we will consider that shaft in circular section. We will not consider any C channel or rectangular shape. Okay, so this is again one consideration, that always that consideration in practical, that is there. And next is nothing but yes, and for design always we will prefer hollow shaft. Okay, because as we have studied the formula for shear stress and all, so in that case, okay, in case of torsion we have studied formula for the shear stress, then that polar sectional modulus and etc., then polar moment of inertia. In all the formulas, because of hollow shaft, some term is getting minimized. Okay, ultimately weight will be minimized, and ultimately that term comes, that is d cube minus d cube, or d raised to 4 minus d raised to 4, or d minus d, because of this one term getting minus there. So ultimately the stresses decreases, and that gives plus point for our design. That's why we prefer hollow shaft for design purpose. Okay, so this is what I wanted to discuss with you, and in next lecture I will come up with the very interesting topic, that is nothing but cylinder, that is maybe thick cylinder, thin cylinder, that all concepts we will look there. So stay tuned for that. Thank you friends.